And in most cases, these attacks would originate in some kind of phishing mechanism. And that phishing came to you through email or through SMS or some other means to get to you, right? And so we as end users became the weakest link. So that's why we came up with NetSphere. We believed that people would want to continue to use mobile messaging, but till they didn't have a platform that was enterprise ready, they would put their entire environment to risk. And so once NetSphere is deployed, it's the best of all worlds. And in essence, they get the solution they're looking for. They are productive, while at the same point of time, we help the enterprise to stay secure. And that's why not only are we end-to-end encrypted, we are now quantum proof. And in the same context of China, if you may, or other nations who are now leveraging cyber essentially has been weaponized, right? And with it being weaponized, in the old days, it was some mafia entities or some rogue folks who were trying to leverage cyber as a means to enrich themselves. Now we see that states have weaponized cyber as a means to engage in warfare. And what are they after? Is data. Any and every kind of data. We believe data is the next most valuable commodity, more valuable than even gold, if you may, because of the nature of the information it carries. So when we developed our platform, we wanted to make sure it was end-to-end encrypted. And what I mean by true end-to-end encrypted is most people who claim to have, or most platforms who claim to have end-to-end encryption, they decrypt the information along the way for various reasons. For addressing reasons, for information storage reasons, for if they're inspecting the data, for their own marketing reasons. Means we know of a very large company that has a messaging app called WhatsApp, right? And sometimes you wonder how they figure out what you're looking for when you had just mentioned it on an encrypted conversation.
Yeah. Allegedly encrypted.
On WhatsApp, right? So we wanted to make sure there was true end-to-end encryption. So at nowhere along the path, as our data goes from the originating side to the terminating side or the receiving side, is that data decrypted. It's only decrypted by the user or the receiver, the legitimate user and the receiver. And we have multiple means of making sure that that happens. And then we said, okay, we want to make sure that we aren't susceptible, or at least essentially we are not susceptible to quantum threats, even though quantum computing is some ways off. Now, we don't know that for sure because we have all these state actors also investing billions in making sure they are the first ones with a platform such as that. We also have the private sector doing the same. If quantum could potentially be a threat, you started seeing harvest now, decrypt later attacks, where data was being harvested and is being kept. So even though it was encrypted, to be decrypted later. So we wanted to make sure our platform did not fall into that kind of a trap. And so that's why we upgraded our platform to quantum encryption. And today we proudly state that we are quantum proof. And that it's an assurance to our customers who come from finance, healthcare, first responders, government, other entities, technology companies. It's an assurance to them that whatever they communicating, leveraging our platform for today will remain safe, even in a quantum